30,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions.
Let's go, baby.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Let's get it.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all offseason about us.
Johnson odds poke free. Football's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. 20. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing. Prescott. Open man is Galladay. Complete. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Prescott now, and nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Prescott. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Tackled there by Monte Nicholson.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Hey, watch number 33. 33. Cut his left. Cut his left.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Ready? 59 smart. Check, check. 59. Hey, pick your game up. What up? Mike 59, Mike 59. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Check 52. SOS. What up?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Yeah, let's go sandwich.
2nd and 11. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Herb Smith Jr., his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script.
Well, he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Golladay, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
And now out comes Minnesota. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll buy some time right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Completes it to Hardman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage.
They'll look to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Come on, set, 50, plant. Hey, check. Get it.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone, sometimes you're throwing it between the zones, sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him? Looks like it worked out.
And he's into the clear. He's at the 50. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with...
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Let's go.
Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Get him.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown, baby. Keep it rolling.
Mecole Hardman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. He's been a frequent target, and with catches like that, one-handed in the end zone, I'd keep going his way.
And he's doing it every which way, isn't he? 2 hands, and in this case, we just saw it with 1 hand. Almost reminds me of a great return of service guy in tennis. No matter how you whack it at him, it comes back at you. In this case, it just envelops it and brings it in.
Let's go.
Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. He's up near 100 yards now here in the second quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where things are going wrong with the rest of the team.
He'll be hoping to hit that 100-yard mark on this drive. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Pulling it here, Marvin Jones. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 26.
Prescott to throw it. Screenplay, Johnson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Prescott. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. a dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way. I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. They brought the house that time on a young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't begin to tear you up.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Prescott. And he's going to go down again. Danielle Hunter in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again.
That's what I'm talking about.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Keep playing hard.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready? 18 Gators. 59. We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. Shift.
That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Coming to you.
Now back to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. He'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On play action, they'll throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. On 1st down, Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down now. It's Johnson, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now Prescott. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Now they try the right side here. He finds an opening past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second. Down.
Intended for Nicole Hartman. Incomplete. It leads to second and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Second and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mike Daniels able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Taking a deep shot here into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. Nicole Hardman, the intended target. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. Third and long. Got to push it downfield to try to pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Throwing on second and 8. Prescott. Open man. He's got him. The tight end, Hockenson. Down he goes at the 23. A pickup of 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Prescott. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they're able to get this one across the 35. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
All day, baby. All day. We coming all day.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Prescott now. Open man is Galladay, complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing. Prescott. Complete to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. To the air again, Prescott. Screen play, Johnson. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll throw again. Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
We ain't giving them nothing.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. The Lions on third down. Well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. Here it's 3rd and 2. Prescott to throw it. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal following the penalty. It's Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. On 2nd and goal, Prescott. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
Check 3. Switch it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Completes it to Hardman. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Ready?
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw. That's it. Here we go. Get it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He will push his way down to about the 14. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Set. Ready? 90. Wolf. Hey, echo. Hey, check. Let's go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Well, that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. To throw is Prescott. This complete to Jones. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So the final seconds have